Hello again, it's HawgDawg, and today we're in DCS in my new Dominos mission. You're going to see some action from the KA-50 today and the Huey. The first half of this video covers the KA-50 as that's what we were flying in the mission. We will find what you'll find in this video is not a bunch of following the aircraft through long, boring flights, but just snippets of what was going on during the action. Here you've seen the KA-50 just doing some flybys. The next series of shots, this one, is the KA-50 firing its Vickers missiles. They can be fired from like 4 miles away. They're very effective, as you can see. You'll see a series of shots here where the KA-50 fires the Vickers from a couple different angles. Now this part of the video is successful KA-50, which the KA-50 is very easy to be successful in because it's a pretty deadly piece of artillery. But I think when you run out of Vickers, what happens is you have to get a little closer, and to get a little closer means that you're, of course, in a lot more danger. And the next, I think there's one more shot here, and then we're going to go on to what happens when you run out of Vickers and you have to go into close combat. And actually just a snippet of the end of that move. What I should have done here was gone back and go get more Vickers, but it's such a long flight back, and I didn't want to show the KA-50 in action. I wanted to show this mission. You can see there's a bunch of tanks down here. They were all in a row, and the guys and I have been messing them up. But here they get a little payback. They hit me in the engine, and I ejected. Cool thing about DCS, of course, is the parachutes. So that doesn't last long before we jump back into KA-50. And what you're seeing here is me and Scout PD from the MSFlights.net group on the tarmac. You can see DCS video playback. You can slow down and speed up the video, which is really cool. That was that little effect you see. So this is again a multiplayer session that we were in. This is a scout doing a flyby. That's the cool thing about the replay in DCS. You can actually look at it from anybody else's perspective who's also in the game. You just press F2 and cycle through all the aircraft, and that's how I got that shot. Sorry about the loud helicopters. These are the enemy helicopters that we were up against that are really deadly. And after looking at them, I can see why they were so effective in taking both me and Scout out of the picture. This is what happens when you go up against an Mi-28. That is Scout plummeting to the ground, probably screaming. I think he may have ejected, I'm not sure, but that's certainly his aircraft going down, and then finally exploding. This is the Huey piece of the video. This is me taking off in the Huey. It's a dangerous takeoff. I wouldn't recommend that for anybody else. I call that my 5-foot turnaround. The helicopter that I'm in, I painted. This is my Apocalypse Now helicopter. The one side has part of the poster from the movie release. The other side has another piece of the poster that is painted on the side. That's part of the movie. And in the back there you can see Martin Scorsese as he comes up out of the water, and he will be painted on the tail. specifically for DCS. We fly it in several of our missions. Here's a flyby of that same paint. And then finally, this is the closing piece and the best piece of the video in my opinion. This is when I got into the battle in the Huey. Sometimes the Huey battle can get really graphic and really, because it's really close quarters. And when you're firing at them, they're firing at you, and it's pretty intense. There's smoke, there's explosions everywhere, bullets are flying, and that's what you're about to see as we approach the battlefield. They're just up around this road. As I follow the road up and around, you'll see that they're over this ridge. And this is a rocket run that I do on them. I unloaded some Hydra rockets. A very effective run as we make the turn here. This is where things get ugly. Over this ridge, you can see shot a few rockets at him. There's a bunch of enemy over there. And so I used the mountainside to hide myself, but then came up over the top, fired a few rockets. Hit a few of them. Yeah, it does get pretty smoky. That cool white effect you see on the ground, and you'll see it here in just a second, is, yeah, the good news is I just saved 15% of my auto insurance. That ground effect is from flying the helicopter close to the ground, which is just a really, really cool effect that you don't see in a lot of flight simulators. But anyway, that is the video. The final piece here is, well, the helicopter did actually take too much damage and go down, but we won't show my own death. We will show our buddy Putzer, who is kind enough to host our server as Putzer's Newbie City in DCS. That's him taxiing down the runway. And do be sure to visit or fly with us at msflights.net. We're here all the time. See you there.